also seen that game-winning touchdown he had last week. Matthew Stafford throwing that ball on the string. And obviously, Aaron Donald always got an opportunity to change the game no matter what. The boy can just do it from the inside, from the outside. He's big enough to be able to wrestle with the guards on the inside, fast enough to be able to wrestle with the tight ends and the tackles on the outside. He's ridiculous. But with that said, man, I got to go with the Eagles too, man. Still, they're playing like they're trying to get back to the Super Bowl, and they're just, they got that leader, man. They got that leader in Jalen Hurts, man. He's just big time, and all those weapons around him. Then we got the Jets going into Denver. I got the Jets winning that game. I believe Zach Wilson's going to have another, big time game. We got an injury right now on the field, Buffalo and Jaguars, and I'm not quite sure who it is, but it looked like possibly it was Josh Allen. I'm not quite sure. We'll see when they come back after commercial. I hope it's not Josh Allen. Where was I? Oh, I got the Jets going into Denver winning that game, and I hope Zach Wilson balls the heck out. Shout out my man Garrett Wilson, the Ohio State Garrett Wilson, big-time player. Then we got the Chiefs going into Minnesota, man. Minnesota sitting at 1-3, haven't played to their liking. Obviously, and the Chiefs are the Chiefs, man. Anytime you got, Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce coming into your building, you got the big fella, the fat man, Andy Reid, one of my favorites. I'm taking the Chiefs over the Vikings in that game. Then we got the game of the day. We got a rival game. We got a rematch from last year's postseason. We got the most winningest franchises in the late 80s and the early 90s. We got the Cowboys and the Niners. If you was an 80s baby and you grew up watching the NFL in the late 80s and the early 90s, you love seeing this matchup. You had guys that played on one franchise, went to the other franchise, played on one franchise, went to the other franchise, won Super Bowls with both franchises. You got Charles Haley, you got Ken Norton Jr., you got Deion Sanders, you got Terrell Owens, and so on and so on. So many players came from both franchises and just made a name for themselves, and just big time players, when I was a kid, I used to wear so much Niners stuff. When I was super young, I was a Niners fan. And then in the early 90s, I became a Cowboys fan. My little league team wore red, so we would represent the Niners. And then I switched my little league team and went and played for the South Rangers. And we had uniforms like the Cowboys, and I switched over to them. And we know in America, they call it America's team. There's so many Cowboy fans. But I'm not one of them. But I am a Michael Parsons fan. He's a beast. That was not Josh Allen on the field. Thank God. It was. That didn't look too well. Oh, that was the cornerback Johnson, number 7. Like he hyperextended his knee a little bit, and I'm glad he was able to walk out on his own term. Just saw him with his helmet off. He's doing well, so best of luck to him. Hopefully there's nothing that's lasts long. But I'm going with the Niners. I'm going with the Kyle Shanahan Niners. One of my favorite players. Like I said, remember I said earlier, if not the MVP, one of the MVPs, and Lamar Jackson. Well, the Niners have probably the MVP right now, and that's CMC, Christian McCaffrey. I think he has 12, 13 straight games with a touchdown. I don't have a fantasy team. I wish I played fantasy this year, but if I would have had the number 1 pick, I would have took CMC. I'd be telling all my friends, how could you not pick CMC? The man gets it out of the backfield and runs. The man gets it out of the backfield and pass catching. The man is even throwing touchdown passes. I ain't the smartest guy, but I ain't the dumbest either, man. I tell you that, man. But yeah, give me the Niners, man. Give me the Niners going to 5-0 with that game. That's going to be a big time game, though. Looking forward to watching that one. And then in week 5, we got the Green Bay going into to Las Vegas, where I am right now. Devontae Adams, hope he's questionable right now with the shoulder. We all saw that fall this past week when he fell on the shoulder. He's questionable. Hope he's able to play. I think we all, as anybody that's ever played a sport and left the team or left the school or whatever the case may be, when you played against your former teammates or you played against your former team, you always wanted to be able to be on the field, on the court, in that match. So I bet Devontae Adams hopes that he's available so he can play against his old Green Bay Packers teammates and coaches or whatever the case may be. Show them what they miss. That's always the motivation. Show them what they miss. So we'll see what happens with that. But with all that said, not sure if Jimmy G is back. Have not seen that report yet. But with that said, I'm still going to go with Green Bay. I think Green Bay will play well enough to win that game. And we'll see what happens. But those are my picks week 5. I hope y'all enjoy this unbelievable football Sunday and Monday for that one game. And, Ohio Breeze champions. Don't get it twisted. King signing off. Salute.